when I was a kid, like really young, it was like I knew I had my physical Earth family, and I was always like, well, where's the other beings that I experienced before I incarnated in? So I was always waiting. So even, as a little person, I'm like, okay, well, here's the matter realm, here's the earthly realm, and where's the other one? And it's not other meaning separate. It's just like a spectrum of light, density to light. And so I always had that flap open as a kid, and I'd say, now it's back open, to this subtle realm. And so when the beings came, that my first conscious memory, and by the way, I had seen something else prior that people would consider related to God. So I saw that when I was younger. I struggled with the density because I think it's important to frame it. I struggled with the density here, on Earth. Like there was a real heavy density that felt like I felt like I was getting pulled down, and I was always trying to like pull myself up. Um, and I remember asking for help, like as a toddler, and saw, what appeared to be Jesus in the sky. Now, we weren't religious, so I didn't even know a picture of what Jesus looked like when I was a kid. And I wouldn't have said, "Oh, that looks like Jesus," because it was a face. No, it was like it was like in the clouds, and I just knew it was this incredible being that had the qualities of what Jesus would have, right? And I didn't even know that that was Jesus. And it maybe wasn't, but that was the type of characteristic. And I share that because that was actually my first memory of seeing a being before seeing these other beings. And yes, they had a ship. But it was a light ship. It wasn't a ship that looked like, something out of like Lockheed Martin. It wasn't like that. This looks really beautiful, really dynamic, and you knew that it was quasi material, but mostly light. And so I saw that when I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and I saw the beings. And when I didn't see them before I could feel them. I could feel them first, and I felt like this magnetic pull slash activation. And as my sister saw them as well. And my sister was not having the same reaction that I was. My sister was quite in awe, but also slightly panicked. And I couldn't verbalize anything at the moment, but I'm like, calm down, like, like I knew what it was, but I couldn't verbalize that as a young person. And yes, so I did see the ship, but the ship, it's not like they came out of the ship. To me, their energy combined was the ship. And
Mm.
somehow, call it a self-organizing process. I don't know. I don't claim to understand how all of that works at that level. I feel like I only understand a fraction of it, but they were luminous beings, and there was 9 of them. And they I interacted with them, and one in particular. And when I interacted with them, I just felt that physical sensation of love. Now, I had felt love prior, in with my family, but this was an activation of love, just a bit of a deeper way, that helped me in my physical body here on Earth, if that makes sense.